Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in about 15 minutes. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that this is a situation where I am recording myself, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. In other words, I don't know what's coming next, as opposed to a video where everything's already been recorded and now I'm coming back and explaining what's already happened. So this is not a trade recap. This is not some sort of post commentary. Like I said, I'm recording myself, seeing the information for the very first time. In other words, if you just want an unscripted, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then this will be a video for you. I was not planning on doing a video, but then PYPL is giving me a I think it will give me a setup. I guess I don't know that for sure, but I like the odds that it could potentially give me a setup. But I also bring that up because I've already made some trades, which right now have me down $160. At that point, like I said, I wasn't really planning on doing a video. But so I am technically starting the day in the hole. I'm basically ignoring that number. So it's not like I'm trading to try to get that back or anything like that. I'm $160. I don't want to come across as a greedy savage. I understand money doesn't grow on trees, but $160 isn't a whole lot as far as my strategy and such, relatively speaking, is concerned. So I'm just gonna, like I said, ignore that and just kind of trade as though it didn't even happen. And if I can wipe it away, great. Does it contribute to a bigger hole? I suppose that's always possible too. But right now, like I said, I really do like. I'm trying to like it, but I don't like how the price continues to drop here in pre-market. In fact, let me bring over the pre-market chart. You can see right now just basically going straight down. So I'd like for it to calm down a little bit here. But I guess that's just the nature of these videos. They are live, so I'm thinking I'm going to be trading PayPal, but who knows? Maybe I don't. Maybe something else pops about, but that's also the point of these videos. All right, well, I've set the context here. I will go ahead and pause, and I'll be back at the open. All right, market open and PYPL straight down, which is about the exact opposite of what I was looking for. But we'll see what happens with it. I'm not going to touch it here during the opening minute. So that is what is known as a 1 minute candlestick, meaning it will continue to move, as you can see right there, for the first 1 minute, and then it'll change to another candle. But wow. I was watching 212, and yeah, blew right through it, but that's all hindsight trading. Let's just see what it wants to do. No need to rush. Like I said, market hasn't even been open 1 minute. Just trying to figure out what this thing wants to ultimately do here. Maybe a 210 entry if this thing wants to get green a little bit more here. So I am interested at 210, but I want to see that candle get a little bit more green. RBLX 210, what is that? 211. Yeah, I could do that with a little bit smaller share size. So in there at 210, looking for this thing to get the breakdown through 210. Started to make a move and then bounced. Let's see if it wants to give it another try. 209.50 right now being the stubborn level. Want 209. Bounced once again. See if it wants to come back down. This point, I think I can get even better than 209 if it does break down through there. So I did lighten the load a little bit just because at this point, not sure if I'm going to get that breakdown or not. I mean, you've seen me give that thing plenty of time, and it just didn't break down, and now it's bouncing back upwards. So made 14 bucks on it. But I played it right because look at that bounce now. I am interested still at 209. But as of now, yeah, I mean, you saw it all play out. Gave that thing plenty of time, and it did not want to break down, and that's okay. That's how it happens, and that's the thing. That was one I liked so much, and it didn't quite work out. RBLX was and is an interesting one here at the 101 mark. 101, 104. Let's see what it wants to do here. Would love to see it come down and then bounce off of 101, go up a little bit, and then come back down. I'd be very careful with ones like that, though. And I don't know, PayPal now, PYPL, watching it off screen here. I feel like that one has a very realistic chance of getting just stuck in a sideways channel and chopping back and forth. And I don't feel like getting stuck in a sideways chop fest. I mean, it could very well break down, of course. Anything's possible, but it just seems like there's also a very realistic chance that it could just come on now. That I could just, like I said, start to grind. There's the break of 209. Well, that's good old hindsight for you. But yeah, I still played that one right as far as what I was looking for. Gave it plenty of time. Did not work out. But let's see what mRNA. Oh, just a minute. There's 101 here. Well, it did basically do what I wanted at 101. Oh, whoops. I just did 25 shares. I forgot to change that back. Okay, well, we'll go with 25 shares, but I could potentially look to add just because, you know, hey, why not when you got 25 shares? But it also have to reach the question of, you know, is this even really worth the time right now to sit here for 25 shares? Oh, that stings. Look at that move. Oh. 98 maybe to catch some more downside momentum. Oh, that dropped fast. But I got to be very careful right now of my emotions. 98 looks like a good spot, but there's also the possibility, am I just imagining that looks like a good spot? It is a good spot, don't get me wrong. But I got to be very careful because I'm feeling a little anger right now. PYPL didn't work out. And then that one did work out, except I forgot to change my position size back. So again, this was left on 25 shares right there. And yeah, that was just... So on that note, let's get it changed back to 500 shares. Okay, well, not a very smooth beginning at all. And like I said, if your question, are these things live? Yeah, these are live. I don't think you could script out anything kind of worse than how things have started here. But, you know, sometimes all you can do is really just laugh at yourself and look at that thing go. So as I said, 98 was a good level, but that's a problem. When you start to get a little frustrated, you got to be extra careful. No, that did break down. I mean, not a huge breakdown, but it did get all the way. It broke to new lows. All right, well, I will pause. What's going on here with DDD all of a sudden, though? Okay, maybe some potential here. But would be chasing at this point, so I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Okay, watching 238 here. In there at 238. Just 100 shares by design, because this might be a bottom here. But I'm willing to take a couple $100 risk on it. But if we can get some movement to the downside, then... But I can't do anything unless it hits 220, or yeah, 237, excuse me. Ideally, I can get more than 237. There we go. Okay, good. So still could be a losing trade, don't get me wrong, but at least if it is, it won't be as big of a losing trade. Let's see if this thing can get down below 236.50, and it did. All right, there we go. Pulled off some more. So this is excellent. We'll try to take off some more at 235. Even better. Okay, pulled off some more there. Can I get 234 maybe? And right there at 234. So nice. Risk 200, made 244 on it. But I will also disclose I should still be in the trade. Why did I get out? Well, because I noticed that I was back into the green, and I wanted to get back into the green, which is not a good reason to just pull yourself out of a trade. So yes, I'm up 124 now on the day, but I still should have 25 shares now. And you know, my stop should be about 236. But that was a mistake on my part. I fully admit that the YouTube voice got to me, and in the back of my mind, I was thinking, oh, that'd be nice for the YouTube video to be able to show that you started in the red, but you got back to the green. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, let's just get out so that can happen. And that's not a good reason to get out of a trade, because of, you're trying to impress other people. You're trying to just do something from a YouTube point of view. So that was an error, as I should still be in. But let's see, if this goes over 236, I'd be stopped. All right, so I'd be stopped out there. But regardless, not a good trade management on my part. But I mean, I'm happy to be back into the green, but that's not the reason why you should be exiting from a position. But hey, Clay, why did you only do 100 shares there? Well, that was because, again, I was feeling a little shaky, wasn't quite sure. So when you're not feeling quite sure, you can keep trading. I'm not saying you just have to stop trading, but you got to start to factor that in. And the way I factored that in was via position size. So I just dropped it down because definitely, I'm well aware. Had I gone like full share size, I mean, we're looking at a really big trade there, because I mean, that thing moved multiple dollars in my favor. But like I said, you just can't take that risk, because had that thing bounced, then that would have been a much larger loss than what I was setting myself up for. And you just can't risk playing those mental games. And you can see just how fast this thing can bounce upwards. So, I mean, think about it. There are some people that were just shorting at 234. And look at that. That fast, they're down $4 per share. So that is why I want to do that. I get it in hindsight. I look stupid for doing it. But had it bounced against me, I would have looked super smart for, reducing my position size. But, all right, well, back into the green. Happy about that. But let's see if I can find any other quality setups here. No idea if it'll come into play, but 236.50 I will be interested in from a shorting standpoint. But I don't know, maybe this little green candle here is the start of something bigger. Time will tell, but 236.50, I at least want to get that documented in case the price quickly drops back down to that area. You know where that's coming from ahead of time. But 236.50, go ahead and pause. Just going to do 50 shares because I would like to add But in case I'm wrong and this thing just bounces and snaps back against me, the loss will be very minimal. But if it decides to just chop around and then make the move, I'll add on, other moves. But right now, just to start off, I'm not quite as confident, and there is that risk that it could potentially just. Okay, in there at 236.50. Again, if this wants to bounce around and then come back down, then I'll look to add. Like I said, I don't know. Does this thing just want to all of a sudden snap back up? Maybe. Like it's maybe doing right now. You can see it broke down, bouncing back up a little bit here. What is that low? What's the golden goose? Golden goose is 235.50. That's the golden goose break. And there's the break. This should start moving. Ooh. Just smack that me in the face. Golden goose. Get your golden goose out of here. All right, fair enough. Going down on the golden goose again at 235.50, which first time proved not to be a golden goose. Technically speaking, I guess could be argued 235. Regardless, I'm going to add more at 235. So add to a winner here if 235 can come into play. So I think that if 235 is broken, okay, watching closely here. Want to see 235 though. Close enough, and at 235.12, let's see that broken. And I'm going to add some more at 235. Want to make sure it gets broken first. There it is, broken. And there's for some more. Not what I wanted to see, though. My average is at 235.70. Not a good candle. I do still like the overall pattern, the overall kind of story that's taking place here, but yeah, 235. All right. That'll be the candle. Where are we at time-wise? Oh, 18 minutes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and if it looks like I'm going to be getting stopped out, or if it looks like I might add some more, then I will get the video rolling at that point. Okay, maybe looking to add it. Not maybe. I am looking to add it 235 again. Missed it, but I got filled on a back test. Can we finally get the break of 234, let's call it 50? In fact, I'm going to add more at 234.50 if it can get down there. Add to a winner. But I'm watching 234.50. Okay, I will go ahead and, well, is it coming back down? Nope, I'll go ahead and pause. Okay, watching 234.50. Watching like a hawk. Oh, and moved way too fast. Let's see if we can get the move to the downside here now. Low is 233.35. Reducing position size now. Still have 50 shares to ideally partake in this move below lows, which happened right there. Didn't get a whole lot of follow through, but I'm glad I still hung on to the 50 shares. So let's do this now. If this comes up over 235, I am out of my 50 shares. Yeah, 235.01. Put the stop loss in. And at this point, it's just a question of how much money am I going to make? Because it will be a winning trade. How big of a winning trade? Well, let's see how far down this thing wants to go. I'm going to just let this thing work for me. And if it wants to bounce up, if this breaks down below 232.50, then I will adjust my stop loss down again. But 232.50 is the level that, in all actuality, 234 is where it should be. That's, let's see, 234.01. There we go. So new stop loss in at 234.01. This is either going to continue to break down or it's going to break up through those highs. But let's see what it wants to do here. Knocking on the door, potentially stopping me out, but that's okay. It'll still be a win. Like I said, great spot to be in. Not if I'm going to make money. My only stress right now is how much money am I going to make? And that is an awesome spot to be in. If this breaks 232.50, I will adjust my stop loss down again. But right now it's just a question of, does this want to break back down or does this want to bounce? And if it bounces, well then, still be a winning trade. If it breaks down, it'll be that much bigger of a winning trade. Would love to see this break 232.50. If it can do that, then I will adjust my stop loss down again. But got to break down through 232.50 if I'm going to be adjusting my stop loss here. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause now that we're at 23 minutes. And if it looks like I'm either going to get stopped out or if it looks like I'm going to get the move in my favor, then I will get the video rolling at that point. All right, maybe going to get stopped out here. It was looking like it for a second. Maybe I'm going to get the move in my favor. I don't know. Very, very jumpy. So at this point, it's either, I think, going to really jump down in my favor or just snap back against me, which is why I have my stop loss where I do. Because it's a very, very tight range right now. So which way it goes out of the range, I'm not quite sure. But what does seem like it will happen, if whichever way it goes, it'll snap. All right, there we go. Come on down below 32.50. Nope, that was a very weak break. All right, there it is, knocking on those lows. Come on. Let me adjust that stop loss down. Break that low. So I'm just trying to give this thing a chance to get some more downside momentum, but maybe that's what it was. Was that the fake breakdown? Now it's going to come up and stop me out. Because this thing might be getting a little tired. I would love to be wrong, though. Make me wrong. Nice. Did break the lows. So stop loss adjusted. Now to 233.01. Potentially going to get stopped out here. Would love to see it just continue to bleed and bleed and bleed. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. Well, actually, it's knocking on the door, potentially stop me out, so I better keep it rolling here. There we go. And stopped out there for a good solid trade. Now I am up $353 on the day. Very, very happy with that. PYPL still bleeding. Goodness. Look at that. Just, wow. Overall, though, very happy with mRNA. I'm very happy with how I was patient. I added some more. I did miss that final add, which would have been nice to have the additional shares there. But overall, for with how the day started and now being up $353, I am happy. I'm going to take that and call it a morning. It's 10:11, so been at it for 40 minutes and slightly above average than what I'm aiming to do. I'm usually trying to be done after right around 30 minutes, but some days I'm done after 5 minutes. Some days I'm done after 10. So here, I was over average a little bit, but that's okay. I'm still going to take $350. Not sure of where you can make $350 in 40 minutes sitting at home online. So the markets truly are a crazy, crazy place. But before I go, a couple of quick things. If you enjoyed this video, if you would like for me to make more of these live trade videos, please let me know, because they're not easy to make. Given that they are truly live, I have to talk to you. I have to think for myself. I have to make alerts in the chat room. I have to manage my own trades. I have to think about how I'm going to manage my own trades while I'm talking to you. So there is a lot of stuff going on. Totally doable and possible, but I just want to make sure that it's still worth my time and effort to put into these videos. And you can communicate that to me by hitting that like button, leaving a basic comment, even if it's just saying hi, even if it's, a number, a ticker symbol that you traded, whatever. Just hitting the like button and leaving a basic comment goes a long way in communicating to me that you enjoy these videos. And as long as I know people are enjoying them, then I will continue to make them. And then also, if you want to learn more about charts, technical analysis, what I'm using here that you saw in the video to make money, then I am offering a class that you can get signed up for, and I'll cut to that as soon as this video ends. So if you're interested in learning more about the tool of technical analysis and how it can be used to make money as a trader, then stick around and I'm going to talk about that class right now. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.